Hello, tunnelers. We are back again, the fourth edition of the podcast. Um, Remember, I said we are on a learning curve, but hopefully we'll get there. As you can see, there is no makeup, there is no nothing. I'm just using my phone. So I'm trying to answer some questions that have been asked about me being here. Remember, I am in Western Australia. Western Australia, our capital city here is Perth. So back home, I've been asked, back home, I mean in Africa and Botswana in particular. The $1 million question has always been, how did you manage to move to Australia? I'll answer where I can, but today the topic of discussion is I'll be discussing the easiest ways of relocating to Australia, in particular Western Australia, where I am now, from Africa, or particularly from Botswana, because that's the country I know best. But tell you what, Botswana and Africa are all the same. So the migration journey from Botswana, from Zimbabwe, from Namibia, from Angola, from whatever country in Africa is all the same. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna talk about how to move to Australia from Africa, the visa parts that you need to follow. I'll discuss about 4 visas so that you can see where you fall. The first one, which might look, or rather, which is the easiest to start with, is the work visa, which is for now, as far as I know, that is visa 482. So the work visa, what happened is you need to be highly skilled, and highly skilled as in you need to have a certain skill for you to move to Australia. So what actually happens is you apply for jobs online, and then if you find sponsors, they sponsor you, they give you a visa, and then you come to Australia. That visa is about 2 years. So you can come and work here, spend 2 years in Australia, and after that, depending on if you like it here, you can go ahead and apply for permanent residence, ultimately becoming a citizen. So that is visa number 1. Visa number 1, like I said, is called a work visa. So in a nutshell, or in summary, on the work visa, you find a sponsor through a job because you are highly skilled, and then they can sponsor you. And visa number 2 is partner visa. Partner visa is, like it suggests, if you do have a partner already in Australia, that partner can vouch for you so that you can join him or her here. What exactly does the partner visa need? 1, you need to be 18. That's number 1. Your partner should have a permanent residence of Australia or New Zealand. New Zealand keeps popping up. New Zealand keeps popping up because New Zealand is a sister country to Australia. So it's their visas are more or less the same. So this visa is called visa 801 unless it's changed. So what do you need to do for you to prove you are a partner? You know what's needed. Make sure you gather all the evidence that is needed. If you are married or are just about to be married, provide the evidence. The evidence could be provide the financial statements or evidence from the partner that he or she sends you money, that you've been together for a certain period of time, I mean, you'll find something to give as evidence. The second one is the student visa. For the student visa, what you need to do is apply for school in Australia. It's either you apply to universities here. So in Perth, I would say universities, for example, there is Curtin, there is University of Western Australia. What else is there? Okay, in another episode, I think I'll touch on universities here and TAFEs. I've always been asked what a TAFE is. A TAFE is more like a vocational training center or a brigade in Africa or in Botswana. So what happens is you find a sponsor or you sponsor yourself. If you have a bit of money you have saved, you apply. The school says, okay, we are happy to have you. You show all the evidence that I've gathered money and I'm able to come over and live without troubling anyone. What else do I need to say about the student visa? Okay. There is confirmation of enrollment that is needed from you. There is also English proficiency, commonly known as IELTS. The other one is PTE. And you should also pass your medicals. You should also have a police clearance. For you to be able to come to Australia, there is no way you can come to Australia without having written your English exams or passed your medicals or passed your police clearance. So you need not to have any criminal record hanging on your head. And then the last one that I know of is called the permanent residence. Permanent residence is the ultimate one. As it says, you become a permanent resident of Australia. So this is, I think this is the ultimate, really. You need to have a skilled Australian, what am I saying? Basically, you need to have the skills to be considered for the visa. Okay, I think that's it. You need to have the skills to be considered for the visa. Australia needs a lot of skilled people. So what you can basically do with this one straight away, get into the website and check what Australia needs at the moment. For example, as we speak, Australia needs us. Us, I'm a teacher, so I'm here because of that. Australia is in dire need of nurses. Australia is in dire need of doctors. It is also in dire need of abattoir workers. For example, in Botswana, if you are working for the abattoirs in Francistown, in Lubatse, where else? BMC. Yes, they are highly needed. They are highly needed. And yes. It also needs you to have your IELTS is always there. Your English proficiency should be proved. It goes back again to talk about your police clearance. What else is needed? That is the most important. And then there is an issue of age. If you are less than 45 at the moment, you wanna relocate badly, start working on it. Because once you attain the age of 45, the gates are closed, so you can't. Unless you do have a spouse that is less than 45 already staying in Australia or just about to relocate, then that way you can also come, even if you are above 45. The summary of all of it is that visas are time consuming, expensive as well. So once you start saying I need to go to Australia, put time in it. It needs a bit of time. It needs a lot of time. So you need to start working on it. It's tiring, but it is doable. So if you've got any questions that you need to ask, let's go down to the comments. I'll be able to answer where I can. For those that I can't, I'll take a few days to research and let you know. Am I getting paid for this? No, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm trying to help my African and my brothers and sisters in the homeland. So I'm not getting paid by anyone. So please, it's important that you share, you like and subscribe to this channel so that I'm able to move forward and answer all the questions that you need to know about this country that I call home at the moment. So please like, share and subscribe. Remember, the channel is called Podcast Tunnel. $1,000,000 question is, are you still in the tunnel, or you are outside the tunnel, or you are still digging to get out of the tunnel? Peace out.